What's going on, guys? Eric Allen, owner of Top Rated MMA. For episode 33, I got to talk to Jonny Lorens, U.S. Marine, MMA fighter, all around super awesome dude. Check out the show. It was a great one.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, dude. Thank you so much for jumping on the call today. I appreciate it.
And thank you very much for the opportunity, sir. Appreciate it. Can you hear me well?
Yeah, I can hear you good, man. Coming through nice and clear. So
Cool. Awesome.
Hey, well, thank you so much for your service to this country. I really appreciate that as well, man. Just
Thank you.
utmost respect for veterans in the military. So really, really appreciate what you're doing there.
Thank you, sir. Aren't you a veteran yourself?
I'm not. I was a stubborn 18-year-old kid who got a call when I was stoned and turned down the opportunity and kick myself in the nuts every day, man. It's
man.
So it took me like 15 or 20 years to realize that I should have done that, and so now I'm just trying to support veterans as all I can. And
great, man. Well, I appreciate your support, and it's great to be here, sir. I appreciate it. Thank
awesome.
you.
Well, hey, you last fought in August. It sounds like you're ready to get back in the cage. When can we expect you to get back in?
So right now it's been really tough to look for fights around here.
Yeah.
To get low. Regionally, we were looking at in April, which is damn near going to be next month.
Yeah.
They're up in Reading or here, King of the Cage. I believe it's going to be in Jackson. However, you know how it is with the fight game. They'll, keep you hanging, and sometimes they won't even respond. So right now we're just waiting.
Right. Okay.
So just, but until then, it's just like, keep training. Kind of like in the Marines, we'll train to train, but then when you have a combat deployment coming up, it's like a fight camp. You gotta press harder, and work for that. So just right now, just regular old training, and staying ready, staying in shape, staying healthy.
Perfect. Yeah, that's awesome. And I mean, best way to be for sure. I live up in North Idaho, and there's not a lot when it comes to MMA promotions. King of the Cage comes through every once in a while. And then there's actually a new promotion that's launching this year in June. It's going to be a Pro-Am card up here, and like Elizabeth Phillips is going to be on the card from the UFC. And
oh, sweet.
Yeah, so it should be a pretty good card. They're going to test out one event. It's an outdoor event at a racetrack up here.
Oh, yeah.
So hopefully it'll...
Up in Utah, was in some like freaking like rodeo barnyard. Yeah.
That's awesome. And I can edit this question out if you don't want, but how's it like training with your significant other?
You know what? It's sometimes I kind of feel like it's hard to separate the training and the relationship aspect. Actually today we were training this morning. We were doing boxing together.
Okay.
And I was telling her, I was like, I want to be able to, when we train, I want to be able to train with you as a training partner.
Right.
So we can make each other better, so I can you better, and try to take the relationship part out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But as far as like, we're the train together, and and feed off of each other, and mostly I'm teaching her stuff here and there. So.
Yeah. And she's a fighter as well.
It can't be. We're working on it.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's not a bad thing. It's we train like training partners, but it's not it's nothing hard.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I've been in conversation with Emily before. I want to get her on the show before she fights in May. So super excited to have her.
Yeah.
On the show.
About you. Yeah.
And so you train out of KSA out there in Roseville. Who else is there in the gym that us fans should be kind of keeping an eye on for some big stars coming out of that gym?
So we have one other pro fighter, Marcel McCain. He's our two-time champion in the amateur division at 155 up in Rogue Fighting, 170 for our local Titans. So Mr. Marcel definitely look out for him. Emily,
Yeah.
of course. She's our only female fighter, and she's super tough chick. She'll be fighting in May. Michael Humphrey, look out for him. He's I don't know if he's going to be going pro anytime soon, but he's fighting 2 cards here. One at, I think, Gladiator, the 31st this month, and then he's going to be fighting for the title up in Rogue, up in Reading.
Okay.
And so we have a bunch of other fighters. We've been growing as a team. We're not necessarily anything like big on the map, so to say, like in Northern California or even Sacramento, because you have Team Alpha Male, you have MMA Gold. Those are like the prime hubs. So especially Team Alpha Male, with some of the best fighters in the world. Really, that's about it. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Don't next time you can beat me up.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah, we're a small team. We're quite the underdogs.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean that we have small heart, small talent. We have a quite the talent pool to pull from as far as training here.
That's awesome. And what got you into fighting in the first place? I mean, was it a young age you got into wrestling, or what made you decide to step into that cage and start punching people?
So, you know what? It happened a long time ago when I was 18, 12, about 13 years ago. So I started in the martial arts when I was 18. My parents, at first I wanted to get into boxing. I've always had like an itch for like some sort of like combat sport, like whether it was boxing or kickboxing. I initially wanted to get into boxing, but I've always just been training in martial arts in the military. I've always been, whether it's grabbing a buddy or finding a dojo down the road, I've always been consistently training. Just really an itch to want to do better, and there's so much to learn. I love learning. I'm a learning kind of guy. Something about mastering yourself and then putting yourself against somebody else who's also mastering skills. There's just something like spiritual about that. You know what I mean? Beyond like, when you go toe to toe with someone else, even just sparring here, you know what I mean? You don't have to say a damn word, and like you become best buddies. You know what I mean? It's just the camaraderie is great, and everything about it. Basically, everything that attracted me to the military attracts me. Well, no, I wouldn't say everything, but a lot of the same aspects, like camaraderie. I love the challenge of martial arts.
That's awesome. Well, hey, do you care if we do some rapid fire questions on you?
Sure, brother.
What is favorite kind of food?
Favorite food? If I'm going to be a fat kid, I'd say pizza.
Okay. Nice. You got Stipe or DC winning?
Oh, DC, man. He's my dude. I like DC's my guy. I mean, he's not my guy, but he's my pick. He's one of my favorite fighters.
Yeah.
DC all the way.
DC all the way. Do you have a favorite band or type of music that you listen to?
Yes, all the way. Tool. Tool's my favorite band.
Love Tool, man.
Yeah, Tool. Like I like the old like blues and like Led Zeppelin type music. That I listen more like classic rock more than anything. I used to be a big hip hop fan. I kind of drifted away from that.
Yeah. You got Cyborg or Kudskaya?
Cyborg.
Yeah.
Cyborg tear her apart.
That's for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Besides yourself, who's your favorite fighter? I mean, you might have even answered that just recently. DC.
Well, DC is one of my favorite fighters, and I have a lot of favorite fighters. I remember watching the UFC back when it first started, and I'd say back in the prime days. My favorite fighter, I would probably have to say GSP, George St. Pierre, because I could relate so much to him as far as where he came about in his martial arts. Yeah. Because he wasn't a wrestler. He wasn't anything but a kid who grew up in karate, and he just had an athletic ability. He had the heart. He had the desire. GSP as a fighter and as a character. Also, another fighter that I love as a fighter, John Bones Jones.
Yeah.
Because nobody could, but he beats everybody who's good at what they're good at.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's besides personal stuff, there's things that, we can and cannot agree on, but,
Sure. Yeah.
I like fighter, yeah. So probably GSP and John Jones, and probably those top two.
Hey, also wanted to give you an opportunity to give any shout outs to anybody or gyms or sponsors or anything like that too.
So just shout out to my team, Team KSA, my coach, Chad Shepard, my girlfriend Emily Watson. I love you. Shout out to our affiliates, Team Carnage MMA, and Anthony Bivens, who just earned his black belt in jiu-jitsu. So shout out to you, sir. Congratulations. Good job with that. Well deserved. And shout out to all our sponsors, Steve Phillips, Aquanaut Tattoo, who else? Blackout Fight Gear, new sponsor, new gear sponsor, Mugshot Barbershop.
Nice.
And yeah, all the fans and people watching, thank you. Shout out to you guys. You guys are awesome.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, thank you so much for your time, dude. Again, thank you for service. Looking forward to seeing you back in the cage, and we'll go from there, man. Thank you again. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you very much for this opportunity, sir.
All right. Have a great one. We'll talk soon.
All right, man. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for checking out the show. Really appreciate it. Please give this video a like, share it, subscribe to the channel. Also check out topratedmma.com. Thank you for the support. Have an awesome day.